Guys, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button to join Wrecked by McGregor's boxing community here on YouTube. You get nothing but the whole truth here.
Deontay, stop lying to the people. Stop lying to your people, your boxing fans, your hardcore fans. Always going around interviewing these, your foot soldiers. Every time he does these little interviews with his foot soldiers. He always tells them the same goddamn thing. He says, "I want this fight so bad with AJ. I want this fight so bad. I want to be undisputed so bad." And these dudes be like, agreeing with everything this man says. Yeah. They ask him, what you got to say to your fans, Wilder? And he says that I'm the realest motherfucker in the business. I want to be undisputed. Every time he talks about Anthony Joshua, he insinuates and he acts like he wants to face Anthony Joshua, but that is a straight up lie. He never talks about the fact that he's a greedy man and that he wants a certain amount of money. Okay? He keeps that out of the conversation. He keeps that out. All he says is, "I want Anthony Joshua. I want that fight." All right? You know I want that fight. Son, I want that fight. But he keeps the part where he is asking for a certain amount of money out. You don't see him saying, "Nah, but Eddie Hearn got to give me this amount of money. He got to give me exactly what I'm asking for." He forgets to mention that. Right? So he's not really being 100% sincere when he says he wants that fight, because what he really needs to be saying is, "I want that fight, but I got to get exactly what I am asking for. Because if you don't give me exactly what I'm asking for, I don't want that fight." Because Wilder has said in the past that if he doesn't get what he's asking for, he's happy to move on. He's happy. He said in the past, literally a few weeks ago, not that long ago, he said to guys like TalkSport, he said that if Eddie Hearn and his team don't want to give me exactly what I want, what I'm asking for, I got enough opponents for 2 years. Like this man said, for 2 years. So he's basically saying, listen, if this man don't give me what I want, cool, I'm happy with just defending my belts against these other dudes for the next 24 months, even maybe 36 months. I'm happy with that. And then these Deontay Wilder fans get fooled by Deontay Wilder when he says, he wants this fight. And because then these Deontay Wilder fans get brainwashed, and they say, and when the fight doesn't get made, they blame Anthony Joshua. Because they say, "Oh, look at what Wilder said. Wilder said he wanted this fight, but the fight clearly didn't happen. So it must be Joshua's fault." And then they go around berating Joshua. And of course, you got these foot soldier channels just defending Wilder. These guys are on the Wilder payroll. One of my subscribers told me these guys are probably in the Wilder payroll. And you know what? I'm starting to believe that. Especially the way these guys defend this man. It's a little suspect. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, he lies to his fans when he says he wants it, because he has to be honest with his fans. He has to say, "Listen, I want the fight, but I'm just trying to get as much money as I possibly can out of this fight, because guess what, homie? I might lose. I might lose. So I'm trying to be as greedy as I possibly can to get this fight made. So even if I lose, at least I get that dough." Wilder is happily, like I said, Wilder is one of those guys that, when I look at Anthony Joshua and when he's talking about being undisputed, he wants that fight. You could tell he wants that fight. You don't see Anthony Joshua saying, "I want this certain amount of money." He just says, "I want to fight Deontay Wilder. I want to be undisputed. He's a guy in my era. I want to face him." But when it comes to Wilder, he's always talking about the amount of money he needs to receive. Okay? He's always talking about the amount of money that he wants for this fight to happen. So basically, Wilder's going to keep saying this. Wilder is going to continue to say to his fans that he wants this fight, to keep them believing him and thinking that he actually wants this fight. But then every other interview, every other article that you read, you're going to see him continuously bring up the fact that he wants exactly what he's asking for, that 50-50 split. So if Eddie Hearn never gives him that, if Eddie Hearn never gives in, okay, he's never going to fight Anthony Joshua. He will never fight Anthony Joshua. I'm starting to think that the only way Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are ever going to fight would be if one of these guys loses. Because they're unbeaten. Because, for example, look at Deontay Wilder. Because he's unbeaten and because he's a champion, he's using that as, hey, this is why I deserve that 50-50 split. I'm WBC champion of the world. You know? So even though he's not a big pay-per-view star, he uses that as his leverage. Nah, man, I'm WBC champion, defending my belt 4 years. You gave unknown Charles Martin $5 million, so you need to be giving me 3 times as much as that, you know, to fight Anthony Joshua. So he uses that as like a leverage and some type of power tool, right? And that's why he's firm on that 50-50 split thing, right? And he uses that, the fact that he's a WBC champion, to help him out. But let's say he were to lose that WBC belt. Well, guess what? He can't use that as a leverage no more. He's not going to be able to go around saying, I need that 50-50 split against Anthony Joshua because I'm WBC champion, right? So he's going to have to take whatever Eddie Hearn offers him if they still even make that match if Wilder loses. So this is why I actually think that the only way these guys will actually end up fighting will be if one of these dudes loses. Because if Wilder loses, he can't demand what he's currently demanding anymore. His stock would have dropped. And even if AJ loses, then let's say AJ were to lose his in the future, like say in the next 10 months, then Wilder's gonna be like, oh look, now I'm the A side because he's no longer a unified champion. And then maybe Eddie Hearn will be willing to give him more money and maybe AJ less money. I don't know, but I feel like that might be the only way they're gonna end up fighting. I feel that this is going to be the same repetitive thing over and over. I feel like a year from now, I'm going to be saying, Deontay Wilder, accept Eddie Hearn's offer. Wilder just keeps rejecting it. Wilder is not just he keeps rejecting it, but he keeps being firm on what he wants. And I feel like he's not budging. He's not going to change his opinion. So we might end up never seeing this fight. That's the complete honest. Unfortunately, we might end up never seeing this fight because of Wilder's greed. Because of what Wilder wants. Okay? That's just the damn truth. We might never end up seeing it. So, because again, listen, man. I told you guys why I felt that Eddie Hearn should just give in to Deontay Wilder's demands. Because I'm just a boxing fan. And I know that Wilder don't deserve that 50-50 split, but I just want to see that fight, you know. I want there to be undisputed champion at heavyweight. I think it's a great fight. And then we could all, you know, we could finally stop this whole bullshit of, you know, who's the better fighter, Wilder or Joshua? Who's this, who's that? By these two fighting, we'll finally get those answers answered, right? But or those questions answered, but and obviously, it would break the, you know, there has not been no undisputed champion at heavyweight since Lennox Lewis. So it's been 15, 16 years. He had his last fight, Lewis, in the year 2003. So it's been 16 years since there was an undisputed heavyweight champion at heavyweight. And it's so fucking stupid how there's only one fucking fight blocking there to be another undisputed champion at heavyweight. And that's the Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua fight. And because Deontay Wilder does not want to accept the money that Eddie Hearn is offering him, this fight is not happening. That's the only thing that's stopping this fight from happening, people. Is the fact that Wilder doesn't want the money, isn't happy with the money he's receiving. Okay? This is why I felt like, just as a boxing fan, I would love it if Eddie Hearn just gave him what he wants, what he's asking for, and then we could get the fight made. All right? But like I said, we don't even know if even if Eddie Hearn did do that, we can't even trust Wilder. What if Wilder said, because Wilder keeps saying that, you know, he wants that 50 split and that's all he's asking for to make this fight get made. That's what he's saying, you know, you give me that, I'm good. But we don't even know if that's true. What if Eddie Hearn says, okay, fine. What if he gives in and he says, all right, I'll give you this money. Exactly what you want, 50-50 split. You'll get more money if you beat him in the rematch. And then let's say Wilder says, nah, actually, I want a 60-40 split in my favor. Or I want a 70-30 split in my favor. And then you know this guy never wanted to face Anthony Joshua. Because now he's being even more ridiculous. He don't deserve that 50-50 split, but now he wants a 60-40 split in his favor. You know, so that's the thing, man. I feel like, no, I don't feel like, I know that the only thing that's stopping this fight is Wilder's greediness and Wilder's and And Wilder wanting that, and Wilder not budging and wanting what he wants. Okay. At the end of the day, Wilder, you know, as dumb as he is, as much of a cherry picker as he is, he understands that this fight between himself and Anthony Joshua will earn him the most money he's ever received in his entire career. He understands this. He understands this completely. He's very smart in that department. This is why he's trying to milk this fight as much as possible, and he's trying to make as much money as he possibly can in this fight, because he wants to make as much money as he can out of this fight. Because if he loses, that's the most money he's ever going to make, right? So it's like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just make as much money as I possibly can out of this. Squeeze as much money as I possibly can out of this deal with AJ fight. Because if I lose against him, hey, at least I would have made this much money against him. As opposed to, let's say he accepts whatever Eddie Hearn offers him and gets $20 million. And then he loses to Anthony Joshua. He's not going to fight Anthony Joshua again. And that's the most money he would have ever received. But let's say he gets what he wants from Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn gives into his demands. And let's say he receives, I don't know, $30 million, $35 million. If he loses, hey, at least he made that type of money against Anthony Joshua, right? And he would always have, you know, and he would have hit the jackpot. So that's all he's trying to do, in my opinion. At least that's what I think or suspect. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching the video, and hit that like and subscribe button, guys, for the latest in boxing. And yeah, I'm out, man. Bye.